This video is intended for education and training of eye surgeon. Viewer discretion is advised, not recommended for children. Hello friends, I am Dr. Saurabh Patwardhan and I am going to discuss the first case of my trainee. Now there are a lot of things on the trainee's mind. Control the microscope with foot switch, keep the eyeball in primary position, keep control of non-dominant hand, increase and decrease the vacuum with precision with foot switch, and avoid probe from getting out of the eye. Now all these things the trainer will be having a look at and will be continuously communicating with the trainee. And before trainee starts, he has to do good wet lab sessions and also watch a lot of instructional videos like I have on YouTube, so where the trainee should know the theory behind cortex aspiration. So now once the trainee starts, you can see that he has got very good control on his left hand. He can control the right hand well. Its foot switch control is good, so he can increase the vacuum very gradually. So that's very good. Now what he is doing wrong here, which is expected from the trainee, is that he's avoiding going under the capsule because he is afraid. That's fine, but he is pulling out this cortex with the thin anterior margin of the cortex, and with this technique you can get a cut cortex and the peripheral cortex may remain stuck in the back. So that is to be avoided by the trainee. So that's what the trainer is explaining to the trainee, that go as closer to this cortex as possible in the periphery under the capsule and use low vacuum to start with, so that the tip of this coaxial IA get occluded by this cortex. So that's the first step for removing the cortex. Now this particular cortex is at an awkward angle, and obviously because this is his first case, the trainee is finding it difficult, so he moves to the other side as per the trainer's instruction, and watch again he tries to pull out the cortex using the thin anterior end and it gets cut off. So wherever the cortex is loose, he will be able to remove with this technique, but if he doesn't use the proper technique to go under the capsule, use low vacuum, try to occlude the probe's tip with the cortex completely and then start pulling it out by little bit of sideways movement of the probe, so it comes off in bulk rather than taking out small pieces at a time. So that's what now trainer is going to explain to him. So he took out the probe, trainer explained him how he has to go about for the subincisional cortex, and now he realizes, and you can see that he goes under the capsule now at an angle and he starts giving low vacuum here and the sideways movement which we were expecting from him, and he does it perfectly. So this is a very good start. He understands what the trainer is trying to communicate, and that's how he is going to do. He goes under the capsule. He has very good foot switch control for the first case. I think he is going to learn the surgery very well and very quickly, and as he is being instructed, he is trying to do that, do sideways movement and trying to release this cortex from the periphery. So always focus on if you are using the right technique or not. Many times you can do certain steps just because the things are conducive, but if you have the proper technique, then you can repeat those steps in 1,000 more cases. See how nicely he went under the capsule with low vacuum, did the sideways movement, pulled out the cortex and then increased the vacuum so that the entire cortex comes out in toto without leaving anything in the periphery. Now he approaches the other side of the subincisional cortex. Of course, bimanual IA is a good option here, particularly for beginners, but he decides to continue with coaxial IA, and trainer allows him because he is showing very good control over the instruments. Now this is a common difficulty that surgeons have in the beginning, that the IA probe comes out of the eye. That is because the trainee tries to withdraw the IA probe. So now the trainer has instructed him that you have to push the IA probe in the eye and then rotate it so that you approach this peripheral cortex without getting the probe withdrawn. So now you can see he has pushed in the IA probe and he has rotated it, and now he is approaching the peripheral cortex very easily and very nicely. And now this is the sideways movement after occlusion of the tip, which we were expecting from the trainee, and now he has understood the importance of these sideways movement, because unless you release this cortex from the periphery, it's not going to come out. So now he has nicely released it from the periphery, and now you can see it comes out, and that's a very good technique that he's showing us, and he's following exactly what trainer wants him to do, and that's a great sign of a good surgeon in making. These are the tough steps of cortex aspiration. Many times if a trainee doesn't have good control on the foot switch or on his non-dominant hand and keeps on withdrawing his probe, then many times we stop the trainee. Either we shift to bimanual mode, or the trainer will do the subincisional cortex removal in the initial cases. So once trainee gains good control over the cortex aspiration probe, he will be given this tape later. But this trainee is doing very well, and he is doing exactly what he's been instructed to do, and he could do complete cortex aspiration including the subincisional cortex with very good foot switch control, very good hand control, and also control on the non-dominant hand, you can see, and he has cleaned the bag very well. Of course, the capsulorhexis is of good size, so that helped. If the capsulorhexis is small, it is better to go to bimanual and remove this cortex. So this is how the trainee gets help from the trainer, keeps getting instruction and learning the right technique. For more such videos, keep watching my YouTube channel. Also visit our website phacotraining.org.in. Thank you.